Welcome to Impact Tuesday. And the word this week is God can turn your sorrows and your horror stories around for His glory. While reflecting on the suffering and the sacrifice of Jesus, the innocent Lamb of God, had to deal with unbearable pain, the betrayal of his closest friends. He had to deal with the sorrow in the Garden of Gethsemane and bearing the entire world's sin on his shoulders. He was unjustly arrested and crucified, the most horrible death of the day. But what seemed to be ultimate defeat turned into the greatest story of victory in history. And just like Jesus, you might be dealing with your own horror story. You might have experienced a loss. You might have been going through a season of suffering right now. Or you might be dealing with betrayal by people whom were close to you, people whom you thought that you could have counted. Maybe your family, the situation in your family is a horror story. Maybe the situation on your job is a horror story. Maybe your relationship is a horror story. Maybe life itself is a horror story. Or maybe the decisions that you have made have caused your life to become a horror story. But just like God turned it around for Jesus, He can do the same for you. It might be overwhelming right now, but God can turn it around for you. God specializes in taking the brokenness of our lives, those moments when we feel like we can't make it, we can't go on, and turning it into something beautiful. Just like Jesus rose from the grave, getting victory over sin and death, God can resurrect your life. God can resurrect your purpose. God can put new life into you again. God can resurrect your pain into purpose. So I challenge you today. What horror stories are you faced with right now? What sorrows are weighing you down right now? Bring them to Jesus. Bring them to God and allow Him to breathe new life into your situation. Remember, no matter how dark your path is right now, no matter what horror stories that you're dealing with right now, no matter the sorrow and the suffering that you're going through right now, God can turn your sorrows and your horror stories around for His glory. Believe that.